Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Callaway here, and we're going to do a review of White Widow issue 2 from Absolute Comics Group, created by Jamie Tyndale. I just done a review of number 1. These books have been crowdfunded, as well as some of them have been issued through Diamond and through comic shops. So I got issue 1 and 2 through the comic shops, but I'm waiting for issue 3 and 4 from crowdfunding. But let's get into it. This book was it was good, but the issue 1 was really good. But issue 2, the art was fantastic. The covers are gorgeous. The story was good, but it went a bit SJW-y in the fact that some character traits and stuff were really your typical SJW characters, but then in other ways there was completely not SJW. So we got like beautiful women drawn, in SJWs. I hate that, so it's not. So that way, it's really good. But we get this one character here, this girl here. She's a typical body approved body type, body positivity. She, the overweight black girl, and she's a genius. She's a scientist genius, and she's the friend of the White Widow. But yeah, so she's the typical. She's an SJW character. She's not the beautiful type. She's the overweight, body positivity, and she's a genius, which we see a lot in comics today. So this story picks up from issue 1, and it is confirmed that her parents worked for a government contractor. And I'll read this. This is the first page. This lay out the what this girl and the parents are about. Sorry guys. When you were born, it was the happiest day of our lives. But the happiness wasn't meant to last. It didn't take long for us to realise that there was something wrong. You were born with a rare disorder called Crab disease. The disease is incurable and the prognosis was fatal, but we refused to let you die. The next part pains us to tell you, your father and I aren't exactly who you think we are. We don't work for a pharmaceutical company. That's just a front for a secret government contractor known only as the Group. We work in their R&D department, specifically finding new ways to create augmented field agents. My specialty was genetics research. I had been working on gene splicing between humans and spiders at the time. Research that showed particular promise was the rare White Widow spider's regenerative capabilities. Your father and I took a huge gamble and decided to sneak you into our lab. There we spliced your genes with the White Widow in the hope that it would arrest the disease that was killing you. Much to our surprise, the process was a complete success. The only side effect seemed to be that your hair turned completely white, and over years we saw you never got sick. And even as a child, you were always a gifted athlete. So in the first book, she did say that she's never ever had the flu or had the common cold. Thankfully, none of these side effects were enough to draw too much attention to you, but we never stopped watching you for any signs of trouble. So she's actually watching this on screen from that thumb drive she got. That's why when you passed out playing volleyball, we reacted the way we did. Our worst fears had come true. Your tests showed that your gene treatment was failing to keep up with the progression of the disease. Your father's specialty is a biomechanical nanotech bonding process he helped develop to augment humans. Tonight we plan to steal some of this technology and program it for you to help fight the disease that is killing you. The technology is closely guarded, and if we are caught, we will likely be killed. If they knew we had successfully gene spliced you years ago, they would have killed and you would be experimented on, or worse. Gabrielle, I know it seems like I was always cold to you, but I tried to keep my distance, only so I could remain objective. I sincerely hope you never have to see this video, only because I want to tell you this in person. I want to tell you that I've always loved you. I pray this works and we have the chance to make things better between us. Wish us luck. Goodbye for now. And then this is where the SJW character comes in, the genius black girl. But the story's still okay. But it's just the typical character. So she's going through, and this woman here she must be the head of this government agency called the Group, and this woman here is the one who the White Widow let go in the first book because she had the audience. She didn't want to kill people, so she let her go. But then this woman just shoots her in the head anyway. And then then the assistant comes in. She says, "This girl, she was my best friend. Imagine what I'll do to you if you say anything." So she killed her best friend for letting the girl get away. And then she brings in this woman called Pulse, and her power is she can control electricity and EMP, so she can burst out electricity, and she can disrupt electric circuits, and so she ends up bursting out like an EMP, and she destroys the city's electric power grid. So yeah, we get this girl here, and she's taken one look at the thumb drive, and in a couple of seconds, she knows everything about the White Widow. So just by reading the thumb drive, quickly looking at it, she knows everything about the suit. She knows everything about how it works. She knows everything. So she's a typical SJW character, just really smart, really genius, just because. And you don't get any backstory of why she's smart. So she's obviously studied something at college or something, but just straight away, she's a genius. And then when they're trying to figure out how to get the suit off, because the suit does whatever she thinks. So whatever Gabrielle thinks, the suit does. So if she says wear the suit will just automatically appear, and she can't work out how to get it off. So they say try thinking about not wearing the suit. Think about what you're wearing before the suit come on. And then she thinks it, and then she's like, what? He goes, nothing, and she's naked under the suit. So then they say, well, what were you wearing before the suit come on you? So she said, I was wearing my favourite jersey and my jean shorts. And then boom, all of a sudden the suit turns into whatever she wants it to be. And then we get the body positivity black girl here looking all miserable just because. And so can't show too many pages, don't want to copyright anything, but she gets into a fight. This Pulse character, she ends up attacking the city and causing attacks on the city, and then one of the White Widow's friends is streaming it on YouTube. So she ends up getting word, and she calls out the White Widow. So the White Widow comes, and they get into a fight, and they fight, and then she does the blast, and she wipes out the city. She wipes out the power grid, and the city goes black. And then the White Widow goes back, and she takes out the friend, and then she finds a card reader, or like a whatever you want to call it, card reader, microchip, thumb drive, whatever you want to call it, and it's got an invitation on it to a dance ball. So it ends, and she goes back to her friend here, and so she's taken the thumb drive thing with her, and she says, it's some kind of key card and also an invitation to a formal dance. If I'm going to get the answers I need, looks like this spider's going to the ball, because when the EMP went off and took out every electronic supply in the city, this girl still had her thumb drive from issue 1 still plugged into the computer, so it fried the thumb drive. So now she's lost all her answers that her dad and parents give her. So now we've got to see what happens next. So like we get all these variant covers, they're freaking fantastic. But all in all, the story's okay. Like the premise of the story is pretty good. But yeah, we did get the one SJW character in there, and like it's not bad, but it's just like, come on, like we get the typical, the typical black girl genius. How many comics do that? It's just, that's the only thing. But other than that, if you get past that, the story's okay. The whole story of the White Widow, it's actually quite an interesting premise, and I do look forward to seeing where the story goes. But yeah, that was the only bummer that you're like, come on, you could have done something different. But but typically she can't be an attractive person of color. She's got to be your typical body positivity, big girl genius. So it's just the modern times, I guess, and it's just the modern industry, and it is what it is. But other than that, if you can get past that, it's actually worth a read. It's pretty good. I do look forward to seeing where issue 3, 4, and 5 take us. But again, the art's fantastic, and then there's other parts in it, like like the women are drawn beautiful, attractive, gorgeous. Then you get pages like this, and it's like, that is not SJW at all. It's like, holy Jesus. But then you get this. So yeah, a bit of a ramble, guys, but that's the review. It is good. The typical story, shadow organizations, conspiracy, corruption, it all works. Like, it's all a good story. It works. It can be put into any story, really. But yeah, I like the premise of the White Widow. You hear of Black Widow, all different types of spiders, but you don't really hear of the White Widow. So I do look forward to seeing where it goes and learning more about the symbiote and the genes of the White Widow spider and all that type of stuff. So yeah, guys, that's the video. Like, subscribe, hit them like buttons, because it helps get views and helps grow the channel out and get that algorithm going on YouTube. Try and get that subscriber count out. Much appreciated. Hit the bell for notifications and try and keep bringing you videos. Thanks, guys.